with how things have gone. But before we get to the disastrous event for the early December 1864, as you can see here, he is moving up on me, kind of like I thought he would, since I had moved Jackson out of there, which is smart. So he's kind of putting pressure on both fronts here. I am going to move one of my corps over to here to kind of respond to that in case he decides to move up into this mountainous area. I like to, try and keep my corps, all my corps connected as much as possible. So this way he can still support Lee if Lee gets attacked. But moving Jackson out there's really kind of thinned out my front here, unfortunately. And then I'm also going to pull back behind the river here. So I'm going to kind of basically fusing my line. So I'm pulling it back and kind of tightening it up a little bit. Which I hate to give ground, but the reality is right now holding this, if he attacks me, we're in the woods, so the frontage is going to be somewhat limited, but he won't have any river crossing penalties to attack me. If I get back here, not only am I in the woods, but also have the river crossing to provide an additional front, which is good. And then I'm going to move, obviously, Claiborne over here to respond to what's going on over there. Let's go over Jackson's move down in South Carolina real quick. Yeah, so there wasn't a battle down here. So he was able to pull out of there without me attacking him, which is a bit frustrating. I really wanted to pitch a battle with him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave AP Hill behind. I pulled Field out, which his stats are better than that. I think they're 3-2-3. He was in the city because I was getting conscripts with him with this recruiting officer stat. So I put him in command of a division, put AP Hill, as the leader of that division, and then I'm going to move Jackson back up to the front. So I can get him all the way up to here in one turn, and then depending on where his disposition is, that'll dictate where I put Jackson in support of these corps. I'm also going to bring him back. This is a division, roughly. I'm going to try and get some more troops in there, by the way. But I'm going to pull him back because, I've got this supply depot here I want to make sure I protect. So I figure if I pull him back here, I'll be in the mountains behind the river crossing. And then I'll be able to respond, because I'm on rail, very quickly to any sort of threat on this depot. I'm also going to move Stewart down and promote him. So he's eligible for promotion. So I'm going to promote him at some point here pretty soon. So he's a 2-star, and then what I can do is I can, attach him to Lee, and then if he is attacked, even though he's just, cavalry, he'll be a 2-star corps, and so theoretically adjoining corps will move to the sound of guns and support him if he is attacked. So another way to kind of add some additional front to my line up here in Virginia. Kind of weird down here in Mobile. Jackson. Nope, I don't want to cover that one. I guess this is Alabama, huh? I want to do the Washington, Alabama. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so here's what's weird. Okay, so he attacked here with 56,000, and I believe it was his corps commander that attacked up here. I think it was him right here. Yeah. So he moved up here and attacked, apparently. Where's it at? I thought for sure, yeah, ignore that map for a second. I thought for sure there was a battle here, but okay, apparently not. But he moved up here. He moved his corps here, and that's not good. Okay, so I was able to get Stewart out, so that's good. It's going to take him 13 days to get here. And then the next turn, obviously, I'll try and jump the river and get out of there. Right now, his fleet's down here. He did not end up landing over here or move east and go up the river. He looks like he ended up landing everybody. Either landed everybody in Mobile or, yeah, that's what he did. Now the question is he going to move up the river with his fleet and drop off more troops, you know, on this side of the river or something? I don't know. I hope not. Because then, I mean, the situation is precarious for this army because I have 7 divisions that are stuck on the wrong side of the river, and I need to get them across, and the weather is such that it's making it very difficult to move. You know, it's harsh weather in all of these spots where my troops are at right now. So, yeah. I'm dropping these screen cards to try and hide how many troops I actually have. And then I'm also using these Scorched Earth cards. Now, these Scorched Earth cards are very helpful, particularly in situations like this. Because what they do is they give you up to 50 elements in your troops will gain back 20% cohesion from plundering. Now, you basically turn that square, you know, union loyalty by doing this. But it is incredibly helpful for units that are hurting on supply or hurting on cohesion. So as you can see here, his cohesion is pretty much non-existent. Well, he's got a full cohesion here, but that's a guy just merged it with Morgan. But as you can see here, really low, getting low. His supply is almost gone. So that plundering, what that does is it keeps your cohesion above. At least it gives your units enough cohesion to allow them to continue moving. Because once your cohesion reaches, you know, 0 or you know, close to 0, your troops just stop moving because they're exhausted. You know, they don't have any cohesion. So doing the Scorched Earth cards are very helpful to keep your units moving out of regions that they get stuck in. So that's why I'm doing that. And then I did get a new general recently here, Mahome. So I moved him in. He's a 3-1-2. I moved him in to take over. Basically, I'm going to put him and have him take over the troops that I lost with Stuart, with the other general that died. So he's going to move in and take over that division. Now, where things got really bad, and I mean really bad, I mean really bad, I lost Chattanooga. That's right. I lost it. 4 supply depot, 4,000 supply in harsh weather conditions, winter, and I lost my supply depot. Not only did I lose my supply depot, my entire army is cut off. This entire army is cut off now. I can't overstate it enough how catastrophic this is. I'm trying to think of a good example from World War II or something, but I just this is kind of the equivalent, I guess, maybe the Eastern Front, in the winter time when First Army in Germany the German First Army got cut off or whatever, something like that. That's where I'm at right now because I can't use the rail line, so it means I have to go off the rail line into the frickin' mountains in deep, cold, harsh weather to get out of here. What makes this incredibly frustrating is I cannot attack Chattanooga. So he was able to jump across this frickin' river in harsh weather conditions. He then was able to sit here and attack Chattanooga and win it. And as you can see, impassable water, foul weather, and very harsh weather conditions in a blizzard, he was able to take it, and I can't attack him. I can't do anything. Look, cannot attack. So I was going to be there in less than 10 days, and now I can't even get there. So it's lost. There's no way for me to get it. So my plan now is, okay, I'm going to try and get around, get in between him and Atlanta, because Atlanta's completely exposed. I've got nothing to protect Atlanta. Nothing. So, what was protecting Atlanta was this entire army, which is completely out of position. I completely botched this situation. This is completely on me. Okay, so but what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to set up guys here, start digging entrenchments here. I'm going to try and get a core there, get in between him and Atlanta. If I can get him over here and get another core down here, things will be okay. I'm going to hold Beauregard and Polk for another turn just to kind of provide a rear flank protection, and then I'm going to start pulling them out also. I'm bringing Smith down here. He'll be the next corps. I'll jump across, and then I'm going to move all these guys and move his entire army around, theoretically, in between him and Atlanta. Honestly, though, now he might not be able to move because of this, and that might be the only thing that saves me. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Like, I can't attack Chattanooga and get it back because of this freaking weather situation, which really pisses me off. Like, I think I could get Chattanooga back. On the flip side, he probably can't move out of this region right now because of the weather. And so this might give me the time I need to get around and get in between him and Atlanta. But really, really bad situation. And then here's the kicker, and this is what really irritates the crap out of me. So what happened to the units that went into the town after they were attacked, right? Because they were supposed to go into the town. Oh, that's right. They didn't go in the town. They came across the freaking river and set up shop over here. See, here's Taylor and his divisions. So on the one hand, you can't attack that area because of the harsh weather conditions. You can't move in this area because of the harsh weather conditions. But you're somehow able to jump across a frozen river on the other side, on the other side with these conditions. It's completely... I am so pissed off right now and frustrated with this game mechanics because holy hell, like I can't attack it, but my guys can move out. So this is a game changer, losing this like I did. It really is. I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a very bad spot. This entire army is now in jeopardy of being destroyed. So I just have to take it turn by turn. This last couple months have been really poor game. I've played this very poorly. I really have. The last few months I've played this very poorly. A lot of these decisions are on me. As you can see here, he's moving forward like he should. Really squeezing me. So basically 2/3 of my armies I have put into incredibly precarious situations just in a couple months. I've put Johnston in a very precarious position. I've put Beauregard in an incredibly precarious position. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. All right. So, and this is the battle for Nashville, or for Chattanooga. I don't understand this here. That's right. So, okay, see, 35,000 troops. That was just that one. And that was it. Yeah, there was no freaking battle there. This is him just attacking me as I'm trying to get out of there. Again, trying to get out of there. He's still attacking me. So I was able to ultimately get out of there, but I lost about 4,500 more troops. So I'm down to 10,000 troops. So I've lost about 50% of that corps. So again, I'm losing troops I can't afford to lose. Now this was the battle I was looking for. I knew there was a battle there. So I'll show you where this is at in a moment. Okay, so I had a river crossing, right, because I was trying to get down there to support Stewart. I did. He moved up north from Mobile to attack, not realizing I would move this corps down there. He kind of got caught with his pants down, and I really schwacked him. So yeah, I lost 4,800 troops, but he lost 11,500. So that was a very positive battle for me. We can go through it here. I had a river crossing, but I don't think he was anticipating me showing up. So I don't even know. Yeah, he was red, but I was in defensive posture. And that was right here. So he moved up. I guess that's right. It was a river crossing for me because I used the rail line to come down. So I came across. I guess what had happened was Stewart had already left. Johnston then came down, and he moved this guy up there. And Johnston ended up doing pretty well. So, man, that's good. But it doesn't make up for losing Chattanooga, which is just absolutely catastrophic error of strategic planning on my part. All right. Enough complaining by me. All right, so supply wagon Atlanta. I'm doing more infantry guys because as you can see, this number is going up very quickly. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. My cash flow is falling precipitously. My fronts are falling precipitously. It's all bad right now. All bad. The second half of 1864 would definitely be a win for the Union and an epic fail on all fronts for the Confederates. All right. I think that's all I need to show you. Just the last thing too, I'm gonna bring Johnston down here, and then I'm gonna move Forney out and attach him to another corps, so that I can have another corps going. And he's going up to Virginia, so I'm gonna basically take Lee out of that stack, so I can get that extra layer of command. So Army Commander, Corps Commander, Division Commander, for all of my stacks. That's the goal. And then what I'll probably do also is I'll peel off one of these divisions and send them elsewhere as well. But for now, I'm just gonna bring Johnson down, and he'll be in charge of the stack there. All right. Let's run the turn, and oh man, we'll be back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's late December 1864. I'm going to make this relatively quick. First, over in Virginia, not a whole lot is happening at the moment. I'm bringing my ranger back down. It's obviously harsh weather conditions. He's done what he can to harass his rail lines, as I've been trying to do up here at least. As you can see, the disposition of Lee's Army of Northern Virginia, although is it the Army of Northern? Yeah, okay, good. It is. We've got Longstreet here, still on the far right. I've moved Claiborne and Stewart, who is now a 2-star, up here on my left. I think I also have, nope, so he's the only corps I have there at the moment. And then Jackson obviously is on his way back up. Hopefully I can get him back up here before he does any offensive movements, which I don't know if he will. And the reason I say that is he still has to get through here. It's muddy conditions, so he won't be able to move all that quickly. He has just this one corps over here kind of isolated off from the rest of his army. I was tempted to actually go after him, but I don't want to be too aggressive with us only having about a year left to go. And then down here in Norfolk, I'm holding it down with a corps, rather with a division. And then this is what I have in Richmond. And next turn, what I'll do is I'll go over the overall casualties and everything to this point, just to kind of show you, since that'll be a nice, I think, period in the game to do it, being early Jan 1865. And here are all the ships that I'm using to bring in money. I usually bring in about 5 cash a turn, so that's pretty good, right? He did not attack AP Hill yet, so I'm just hold on to this. The great thing with this area is I get lots and lots of cash. So Charleston, I get $21 a turn from having this. So obviously I want to hold this as long as possible because that's some desperately needed money. When you consider all things considered, I get a final amount of 113 per turn, right? So, actually, sorry, no, 256 was last turn. I'm not sure what I get per turn. I probably should be focusing, actually, so there's 113 plus 83, but 21 of that's coming from Charleston. Still have Albert Sidney Johnston, kind of holding him off down here, just so he doesn't create a second front on Atlanta. Things are still absolutely horrendous and terrible up here in Chattanooga, as I had elaborated on in the last episode. He hasn't moved out yet, and I think it's because of the weather conditions. I just don't think he's able to. I am doing Scorched Earth in these two areas. The thought being is, even though both of these stacks have almost full cohesion, as you can see, once they start moving, especially in these weather conditions, their cohesion will start taking a hit. So I figured I'd just use these cards here so that I can maintain their cohesion, so I can make darn sure they actually get out of there. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to get everybody out and trying around to where Atlanta is. He's got about 19 days before he jumps the river. Edward Johnson has 18 days before he's in between him and Atlanta. So basically, I just have to hope that he doesn't start moving out towards Atlanta this turn, because if he does, I'm going to be in a real world of hurt. I'm going to probably start bringing some stuff up behind this river here just to try and at least stall some sort of attack that he might do. But if he doesn't move out this turn, then the next turn, assuming I don't get bogged down here in this harsh weather, perhaps I'll be able to get him here by some point early January. I am screening my advance so that he can't see, hopefully, what I have that I'm moving around here. If he sees what I'm moving around here, then perhaps he'll be more inclined to move towards Atlanta now as opposed to a couple turns from now. Although I suspect he probably knows what I'm doing, because he knew what I had in this area. He knew the size of my force, and I really don't have any other direction to go than south of Chattanooga. But I'm doing this nevertheless just to give myself hopefully a little bit more time. I was able to move Stewart east a little bit more, so that's good. I put Mahone in control of this division here, although it's pretty beat up at the moment. I'll replenish that hopefully if I get across the river. His ships moved up to here, so that prohibits me from jumping over to Wilcox, but it doesn't prohibit me from moving to Kent, Alabama yet. Now, if he brings his ships up, then yeah, I'm not going to be able to. I'll have to find some other way to get across. So I have Stewart jumping directly across. I have Sidney Johnson, who's got until January to get across here, so he could still attack me. I'm kind of in a situation there. I'm scorch urging this area to try and get their cohesion up to get them across, but it's still pretty precarious. As you can see, I have a few units coming up to Sullivan, Alabama, and then jumping across. And the reason is that if he brings his ships up to this region, then at least some of my units can still get across using this river crossing up here. These guys, I was trying to make it work, but unfortunately, they just would take them too much time to get up to here and then jump, so I'm just trying to get them across this way. I'm slowly kind of putting guys in around here near Atlanta, trying to dig in. Same thing here along the rail line, dig in. So that's what's going on there. There's a little bit of action in Texas, so I might just jump out there and show you real quick here. So I'm pulling back here. He's kind of taking over these areas. I'm just going to jump back here. I want to say... So I'm really up here just to harass him. I'm trying to harass the supply lines that come in down here. My big thing is I want to hold Hampstead, because if I lose Galveston, that's pretty painful for the Confederacy. And I want to say I get a little bit of supply from Houston. So that's why I'll hold on to that. And then it looks like he's going to move on to Austin and take the rest of Texas down there. But I do have some... I have a small little force down here, but that's pretty inconsequential. So I think that's about it for things that happen this turn. Nothing else too exciting. Fort St. Philip. Okay, so he took one of the forts down here. And I suspect that's in an attempt to open this up for him, so that he can move out down the riverway through Louisiana without having to worry about my artillery batteries. And then as far as what I'm building, replacing these chits, not really building anything else in terms of units. And then no events for this turn. Although I am printing money, because I need it desperately, even though my inflation is 25%. It is what it is. Alright, I'm going to run the turn, and I'll be back.